we're live. We're live.
We are.
Just as phones and shit start going off, Gerry.
Look at that. Turn off your phones before the performance, Tom.
Jesus Christ,
Many fucking times have we told people that.
Sorry. I swear to God, this drive over to meet you here was actually... I haven't gotten more interaction on a fucking... Everything. Fucking emails coming in, WhatsApps coming in. You'd swear I was actually fucking popular or something.
We're blowing up, Tom.
Well, yeah. Is that what you mean?
It's this podcast.
It's this... Yeah. That's just it. Hey, any chance of a shout out? No. None of it. It was
none
all just, I either owe money somewhere... or some cunt has asked me for something for fucking free somewhere.
It's all going out, not coming back in.
Episode 3, Gerry. We're plowing on.
Episode 3, Season 3, Episode 3 of this sumbitch.
Yeah.
How are y'all keeping?
I hope you're well.
We've changed train station.
Yeah. This is the thing. And do you know what? I could count in one hand how many times I've been on the actual dart.
Really?
Yeah.
I was on the dart one time as a school tour. I think I said that before on a podcast.
Yeah, most likely.
We came up, we got on the dart, we went a couple of stops, and we went back, and then we drove back to Mahony.
No.
Yeah.
You came down to go on a train?
I think we went to the zoo as well.
Wow.
Hey, that was the 80s, babies.
My God.
But we're here in Black Rock.
Black Rock is fucking busy at this hour, isn't it?
Swoo, look at this. And it is like, it's the last day of the summer, Tom. It is fucking sweatbags. I have a funny feeling we're going to have to crack a window open in the mobile podcasting studio here.
I know, it is getting fucking sweaty. Do you know what? People get all excited about having a house down by the sea, because that's what we're looking at now. I couldn't think of anything more fucking bleak to look out at than that fucking thing out there.
Well, here's land you can never stand on.
Like, there's shit in that doesn't want you. I just see death. That's all I'm looking out at. Fucking death. You can't, what? You're not going to eat the fish that come out of that bit there anyway, that's for sure.
No, and I'll tell you what's better again, you're not going to swim in that either.
No, that is just pure and utter fucking death.
Fucking waste of ground is what it is, Tom.
Fill it into fuck. Fill it into fuck.
Yeah, we're here, and I'll tell you, here's the thing before I go any further. It is fucking sweatbags these days, Tom. And I got a woeful funny look on the train. Maybe it's me, but I had to. I noticed that my belt wasn't on a tight enough loop, so I had to like open my belt, pull it a loop closer.
Oh yeah. But
and close it again, you know.
But you see, there's that brief second, right,
where it looks that you're going to drop your trousers.
Yeah. You see, and it is a public train, so there is that brief second where it's like, he's fucking not off, because that would ruin your whole fucking day.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm not like. I'm in my relatively decent clothes.
Yeah, no, you don't look mental, but you could just...
I look like a working man. I was on a commuter train.
You could have gotten cleaned up, Gerry, for a meeting with a social officer or something like that. Anything is possible in this fucking city. Don't be thinking that's what people think the worst immediately. They don't go, oh, here, that looks like a working hard guy.
Who just happened to, last time he was at the loo, not buckle his trousers to the relative loop.
Now that's all he's doing.
And now he's just like, and it wasn't, Tom, like, it's not like I was like, it's not like I know I'm not in the country, so I know not to like undo the top button.
You didn't go tucking your fucking t-shirt down into your jocks.
Or sorting myself out or flicking myself around the place on them. Because honestly, you're in the country, people do that shit.
Oh, the whole time.
Fucking do it while they're queuing in the butchers. Like, they don't fucking care.
No, you'd be flat out talking away to your local priest, and it doesn't make a difference. You could just be just sorting yourself out.
You'd just be sorting yourself out. Do you know the classic one, Tom, is to like loose your belt.
Yeah.
Loose the top button of your trousers. Catch like the two corners of your trousers, I
guess.
Yeah. And sort of like flick it a bit.
Give it an old rattle.
It just sort of.
That's the thing you can't do with them skinny
around the sort of.
That's the thing you can't do with them skinny jeans.
No. I'd say when they go on, they just kind of stay where they are.
Like, it's saying 21.5 degrees on the old car thing, but I don't know. I'd say it's fucking.
Tell you what, Tom, leave it be. See how I get.
All right.
Yeah. This could be the first podcast we pass out in the middle.
There's definitely, it must be like 80-90% humidity right now. This is fucking Viet Cong shit right here.
I swear to God, last night was so bad I can't function in the heat. This is like 10 giving out yards in one, isn't it?
I know, yeah, kicking.
Giving out about can't expose myself on the tree.
Were you like your man in Predator, just sitting he's in the trees?
I was in the trees, man.
I was in the trees with the big razor, just rubbing it down the side of your face.
Let's just say that I had a system of windows and fans that was cooling me intimately.
Right.
I was sleeping just so.
I just have a picture of you with just the biggest pair of pantaloon-style jocks, just gathering fucking wind.
I was gathering wind, I swear to God, and I slept well. But anyway, you're very welcome to Season 3, Episode 3, now that all that horrible shit's gone. We blew through about a good hour's worth of material there, Tom. But
fuck it anyway, yeah. Maybe we can edit it out. And
Yeah, we'll be cursing it in like season 5 when we've nothing to give out yards about.
just nothing to talk about.
Why did I fucking blow my friggin' trouser arrangement wad?
We could keep just going around to different dart stations. Maybe Dart would sponsor. Although no, we slag it off fucking horrendously, don't we?
Well, we haven't had a good word to say about a train station yet, Tom.
But maybe we could just do it. Maybe that could be our muse.
Well, I'll tell you what we're not gonna do, Tom. We ain't gonna start doing it now because this first segment of the show isn't about things we like.
No, absolutely not.
It's about things we fucking don't like.
It's the one everybody wants to hear.
This is the sun in our arsehole, Tom. It's a segment we call Giving Out Yards. You can take this one, Paul?
Yeah.
What you got for me this year?
It really fucking hit home. I've been having to drive into town lately, into the city lately, with just in around rush hour times with different things I've had to be doing and stuff. And
yeah, I got it. Before you go any further, Tom, don't want to stop your flow, but you did call Dublin town.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I think the city has you now, Paul.
Yeah, I know. No, it fucking doesn't, because if it fucking did in any way at all,
this wouldn't annoy you.
I know there's tons of things that are going to annoy you. There's all sorts of assholes around. But the ones that are getting away with blind fucking murder are those bastards with the fucking horse and carriages.
Right.
They're sending me over the fucking edge.
Well, then you must be coming in by, say, the Guinness Storehouse,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Coming in along Thomas Street direction
Thomas Street, yeah.
In by Christ Church.
Those are they hansom cabs? That's what they call them, isn't it?
I don't know what. They've no fucking... These fucking absolute... fucking charlatans. They're driving around on these fucking things.
They don't got no honour.
They got nothing. They started putting nappies on the horses for some reason. That was a thing they implemented when, we can't have shit on the street. I would take shit on the street for a set of fucking indicators, you cunt.
I gotta tell you, Tom. The first time, and I've got masses of experience with this lot because my wife used to work in Guinness.
Oh right.
And
they pull up at Guinness's, don't they?
That's where the trap, if you'll pardon the expression. Do you see what I did there, Tom?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
So literally, they don't trap them, but they trap them as in they put them in the...
Yeah.
All right, so anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd have to pull up to pick up my wife out the back of Guinness, and all systems just abandoned themselves. There was yes, there was a lane for me. Yes, there was a lane for a bus. Yes, there was lanes similarly coming the other way. So 2 lanes for buses, 2 lanes for...
Cars. Yeah.
Working in a contraflow system. And then just horses?
Yeah, I mean, look, I appreciate their low emissions and whatnot, but it's the assholes' it's not the horses' fucking fault.
But they're not even low emissions to as we've said before with their nappies, which I have to say I was remarkably fucking impressed with.
Really,
the way that they'd implemented sort of for those of you, it's not a physical nappy on the horse.
It's kind of like a hammock hanging behind.
It's like a little sling hanging behind their arse, and it all slides. The horse shine all slides sort of underneath the carriage.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
I can totally get that, but it's if you want to see these motherfuckers in action, like they're just ploughing down the fucking street. Lights don't fucking matter. They plough on through fucking lights. And a guy just cut me up the other day, and I swear to God, had he not been full of fucking people, I would have given it a nudge.
And who's in the right?
I'm in the fucking right.
Why are you in the right?
Well, number one, I'm paying fucking road tax. There's no fucking tax on that bastard thing.
You make a very salient point there, Tom.
And
yes.
Just no lights, no fucking nothing. No fucking indicator. We don't know what way this bastard is turning. And it's not like he's turning something the length of a car. He's turning something the length of a horse and another fucking 10 foot behind it.
These are big, yeah. These are big. These are like
yokes,
a horse and carriage is like easily minibus sized.
Yeah.
Not even like a minibus. Minibus. Do you know those sort of like 3/4 length buses?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mercedes make them.
Yeah. I gotta get my bus gauging a bit better. Tom.
They'd be probably 24-seater, like, or 26-seater.
24-seater, right? Okay, yeah, rock and roll. So not the 7-seater that comes.
That's
pick you
the
up.
space it needs. Yeah, it needs the length of one of those. But these fuckers just no, like it's basically run with your brung. Just if you turn up with a horse and a fucking cart, you can go for it.
Really? Is there no? You don't have to. It's not regulated.
Not regulated at all. I asked the guy all about it one day because he was trying to sell me the idea of this fucking thing of going in it. And I started going, what accreditation do you have? Part of a union? We kind of have our own little group, your man says. I said, what's the insurance on it? He goes, there is no insurance. He says, this is basically buyer beware, traveller beware kind of a thing, like.
Right.
There is some sort of fee all right to be part of the club, basically. But there's no past tests. There's no nothing. There's not like a HGV license. Because I'd love to know what the things fucking weigh. Fully loaded with 6 people in it.
Well, 6 people's now fucking around, Tom.
You got the carriage, which is mostly made up of timber and iron because of big fucking leaf springs and everything. Then you got a big ass fucking horse. What's a horse weigh?
I will say, Tom, not only have you got 6 people in a carriage, generally these are tourists, and more often than not, American.
Larger than fucking usual.
So larger than usual.
Yeah.
6 Americans could be like 8 people.
Yeah, like on the lifts when it says, you know, the Otis list where it says 8 by fucking whatever, 800 kilos. Like, you better...
There's like small print on
You better bring that back to 4 or 5 when there's a couple of Yanks.
It has to be said, I've got relatives in America and they're all skinny as fuck, so...
Yeah.
Our slagging doesn't really hold up water.
No, but when they do fat, they do it really
they
fucking
go
well.
proper. They go good stuff.
They do, like, they really do. But no, look, it's just a total... Now, I know you can whinge, a lot of people, they're bitching about, the taxi drivers are bitching about these guys with the fucking rickshaws and whatnot.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Those fuckers can go fuck right off as well, like.
They seem to be just a law unto themselves. The rickshaws, Tom, hey, we're just having a go at different modes of transport.
Yeah, pretty much,
stage.
yeah.
The rickshaws, it took me a long time to realise that you paid for them.
Oh, right.
I thought that was just like a free service offered by 7-Up.
We got one night. We got the one and only time I was in one, and you only do this shit when you're drunk. We were travelling from Bruxelles, like quite literally down as far as Lily's Bordello. Now, needless to say, this wasn't a night I was paying for drink, if you know what I mean.
I was just going to say,
I would not be paying to go into either one of these places. Maybe Bruxelles. No, not even. There was free pints. It was a night out for a show that we're on. And myself and another chap jumped into one of these things. Now, neither one of us are big lads. So we're tipping on down Grafton Street. Your man is a lawn. He shouldn't have, like, he's cycling this thing on Grafton Street, pretty much knocking people over.
Some Brazilian lad or something.
Yeah. Lo and behold, out of nowhere, boom, this fucking shotgun sound goes off. Fucking blowout. The whole thing tips.
No way.
I swear to God, the whole thing tips over. Your man just fucking roars at us to get the fuck out and fuck off. And he just, on the phone straight away, he just straightens the thing back up and cycles it back. So I'm convinced those fuckers, you can just go get yourself a rickshaw and go for it. Like.
Where would you even buy a rickshaw?
Sure, I don't know.
But they've got like the big 7-Up canopies on them.
They must be at this stage getting some way regulated. Like, they must be because I don't know. But the taxi drivers fucking hate them.
I got to tell you one thing, Tom, when it comes to horses and carriages, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. I thought you were going to talk about horses and carriages like, you know, pony and traps, like Northside.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it.
I don't mind that.
Them lads kind of, the racing ones, like, the fucking...
Or just general transport.
Yeah, no, the racing ones do give me the fucking dose, all right, like, because...
I don't mind them.
I know, I nearly fucking cleaned the guy out. Now, this was actually down in fucking outside Clonmel, which it wouldn't be unheard of out there to do a lot of the racing and whatnot, and I just turned down a road, and this guy happened to be coming up the road on my side.
Well...
And he's shaking fists and screaming at me the whole lot. Nothing. You know, nothing, not a fucking buy or leave or anything like that. But I wasn't going down that route because we all know that that's mad shit.
That's just mad shit.
Do you know what I mean?
I gotta tell you, the traps, like the proper little traps, which is just like a seat with 2 huge car wheels on it.
The lads race.
There's a name on them, is it Jetty?
They're called a jig.
A jig, yeah. Like, those look just absolutely fucking terrifying.
I'll tell you a good story. I worked for a gangster.
What the fuck?
I worked for a gangster one time, right? I was a summer that I was labouring on a building site. He had about 7 different fucking businesses on the go, but he knew nothing about any of them. But his big thing was breeding the horses for those. And the lads of the travelling community fucking loved him because he bred these fucking unbelievably fast. He's one of those running rings and everything. And he left me at home instead of coming to the job. He left me at his house one day and said, "Look, pay all day if you just wait here and count the cash when these lads turn up with the horse. Turn up for the horse. Lead the horse out to him, put it into the horse, count the cash." I said, "How much cash?" Thinking, not knowing. I didn't know what a horse cost. I knew what a dog cost. I didn't know what a horse cost. I'd once heard of a cat that sold for $2,000. That was, you know what I mean? I had no idea. 32,500.
Fuck me.
And the lads landed on with it in a fucking Quinsworth bag. Where they even got a Quinsworth bag? Quinsworth was gone at this stage. Like,
that money has been under our mattress for
this would have been 97. These lads turned up. I'd count out every fucking penny. The amount of lads that spat in my hand. It was incredible. Yeah. And full on, it wasn't just pretend Maria spitting. This is proper spitting in my hand. But yeah, those fucking horses, they can trade, like, the money being put down on them fucking things. It's unbelievable. But
I'd say the money on the horses up around Guinness is quite high as well. Like, how much is it for me now? If you and I were to go in and take a fucking romantic cab trip around Thomas Street, what would that cost?
I think he quoted me 30 quid.
Yeah, he'd be alright, Tom.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
I hope the weather stays fine for him.
Alright, horses.
Yeah.
Horses, there's a time and a place.
Yeah, at least just put a fucking indicator on the fucking thing. Fucking bastards.
A flick of the tail, Tom.
Yeah, any fucking thing. Any fucking thing. But you see, it's not that I give one fuck about the whole situation, but I'll have to fuck my car up if I hit one. And I'll probably end up doing time for killing a bunch of fucking tourists as well. I'm looking at it from a completely selfish point of view here, like. Not for the good of humanity. I just don't want to do time.
Tell you where you go for a horse ride. Rents and Stephen's Green.
There we go. There you fucking go.
Make a little track, piss around.
Yeah, there you go.
Done.
Not up and down the fucking streets. I don't think I've seen... You'll see it in New York, but they have their shit together in New York.
Yeah, it's regulated.
It's regulated, like. And the things actually look fucking safer than the pizza shit that the lads are running here, like.
I never thought when we started this podcast it would just become a never-ending procession of stuff that we want to see regulated.
As you get... You know what? When it doesn't affect you directly, of course you wanted to see it fucking... Everybody else get regulated, just not us.
So anyways, fucking hell.
I'll hang my hat on that. I'm not fucking sorry in any way. Those fuckers are really grinding my gears of late.
I gotta tell you, if you guys could see Tom's face, it's the face of an unrepentant man right here.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, we'll lay on, Tom. What do you think about that?
Yeah, all right.
We'll lay on the second segment. Our second segment changes gears a little bit.
It does.
We don't talk about things we hate.
No.
We talk about things we like.
For once.
For once. Yeah, things that we are perfectly happy with the regulation on.
Yeah. You're going to do this one.
I'm going to do this one, yeah. Cause, and as regular listeners will know, but every podcast is someone's first podcast. That's why we always spell it out. This is not things that you would think we'd like, Tom. Mm-hmm. Things such as, with yourself, e-cigarettes. And with myself, drink, I suppose. I don't know what I like as much as you like e-cigarettes, Tom.
I don't even particularly like e-cigarettes. I just don't want to smoke cigarettes.
All right.
That's all.
I can see it.
That's all.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
But we will talk about stuff that we do like, but stuff that you might not think we'd like in a segment that we call You Wouldn't Think You'd Like That. Holy shit. I'll feel this one, Tom.
Go for you.
This is the thing now, you mightn't think I'd like this, or you mightn't think I'd like it as much as I do.
Right.
This is the thing, Tom. This was not a thing that I just sat down one day and like. This is a thing that slowly grew on me. Started off as a nice thing to do for someone else. Slowly became a habit. Is bordering on obsession at this stage.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
I'll tell you what it is, Tom. I am absolutely fucking fanatical about Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, to a troubling degree.
Like, would you be an anorak now for Thomas? Do you know everything there is to know about Thomas?
I'm getting there.
I don't think... I think he would have been out when we were young fellas.
Yes.
But I can't remember him
liking it.
No, I can't remember him having... Was he very British back in the day?
Terribly British, yes. I don't remember liking it, Tom, but it was one of these things that you might have watched when you were small by virtue of the fact that you had like 4 channels.
Yeah.
You didn't have the choice, so it was like, watch this or don't watch it.
But it hasn't stuck out to me, say, like Padge's jump box.
Right, exactly. It was never a thing like, say, the Turtles that I would have...
Christ, the Turtles.
That I would have, like, sat down, but by virtue of it being on, you'd be like, fuck, I'll watch this kind of thing.
Fred Wolf. Was it Fred Wolf as the creator?
No, the creator is a guy called the Reverend... his name escapes me now when you're on it, when I'm put to the test now. Sorry. The person that does the TV show is Brit... some shit. I don't know. I don't really care about the people, Tom. I just like the trains. My kid loves it. My wee boy loves Thomas the Tank Engine. And as all fathers like to do, they like to look after the wee boys.
Yeah.
So I would surprise him with a train, or if we went up to somewhere, we'd get him a Thomas the Tank Engine, and he likes them, and so on and so forth.
So Thomas the Tank Engine is still for sale?
Thomas is still going stronger than ever. It's a crowd called God, at the sword, I'm not. God,
Because it sounds.
You're gonna say this guy doesn't know fucking nothing about.
No,
it.
but it sounds to me like the popularity of it to carry on. That it sounds like fucking Lucasfilm has bought it or something. You know what I mean?
No,
Or
it's a
Disney
French.
has
It's
bought
a French company.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a French company that bought it, but it was the lady Brit. Her name fucking escapes me right now, but she sold it
fucking loaded
all
right
throughout
now.
the world. She's gone fucking J.K. Rowling money, right?
Oh Jesus!
So, and it's still it has switched from being all models. Then it went into a mix of being all models but with CGI faces.
Gerry, is this why we're at train stations non-stop?
It's not, no, because
Are you sure?
No, I couldn't fucking care less about the commuter to minute.
I'm gonna put the window down, Gerry.
Yeah,
steaming
we're up
here
at
like
22
a couple of
here
fucking-
now. We're fucking
Oh,
done.
she's gone to 22 degrees.
Yeah, forget about it. Can you put mine down as well? I'm
Yeah.
dying here. Here's the crack, Tom. It started off buying an odd train here and there, okay?
Yeah.
Just here and there, you get one for Christmas, maybe one for his birthday. And then someone pointed out to me, do you know what you should do? You should go on Done Deal, because they'd be, boys grow out of these toys.
Okay.
And the parents do sell them off left, right and centre.
Ah.
And, I was making a killing. We were paying something like fucking €20 a train, which was outrageous, to all of a sudden buying 6 for €20.
Jesus.
Do you see what I'm
your
saying?
Crack habit just went through the fucking roof.
And once that happened, it went through the roof. And I began to seek out my kids' favourite trains, okay?
Okay.
And the best way to do that when you buy anything, Tom, is to buy up bulk loads and batch loads of stuff, right?
Okay.
So you were buying trains 10 and 12 at a time.
Yeah.
You're buying 12 trains for 40 quid. You're buying 10 trains for 30 quid. This kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone wouldn't deal with you and you'd be buying 10 trains, a ball of track that you didn't want to.
Is this all Thomas the Tank Engine shit?
This is all Thomas.
If you landed
the
on
trains with the faces.
If you landed on with, say, just a fucking electric train system.
The Hornby shit.
Yeah.
No heed.
No.
No, don't care.
Couldn't give a fuck.
Couldn't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, but the thing is, there's different.
Because Richard Branson loses his shit apparently for those toy trains. He has.
I can see where he's coming
He's about
from.
700 fucking.
I can see where he's coming with
square
7
feet of
miles
fucking
track.
train.
Yeah. No, I mean there's 2 different sets, and any parent listening to this will tell you there's 2 different sets of trains that you can buy. You can buy Thomas Trackmaster, which is the electric, which is the battery ones. You flick a switch and they drive themselves.
Yeah.
Or there's the Thomas Take and Play, which are little metal ones.
Right.
But you push them, they magnetize together, they click, click, click like magnets. And
What's
you
your
push them
favourite,
around.
Gerry?
Well, you see,
You actually have an opinion on this.
the one that we got for the kid was the Trackmaster one, because that was just by virtue of we bought 2 or 3 trains, so that was what he had, right?
Right, oh.
I personally think the Take and Play stuff is nicer stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
right.
It's metal and they're more show accurate.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay. So, right.
The Trackmaster ones are all the same
See,
length.
do you know you make fun of people like this?
I
Gerry?
do.
You
I fucking swear to
lads
God.
collecting fucking those Millennium Falcons and fucking things like that.
I know. I'm sorry. This is what I'm saying. Once you got into it, it's like you could get collecting anything.
The fact you got into this as an adult
is crazy.
Yeah.
But the Trackmaster ones, which are the battery operated ones, they're all a certain size because they have to fit 2 AA batteries in them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
whereas Thomas in the TV show was a very small engine,
Okay.
and Gordon is a very big engine.
Right.
In the Trackmaster series of toys, they're all the same size. Which is
Right.
odd looking, you know what I mean?
It just doesn't fucking fit by the sounds of things. Yeah.
No, it's terrible. Don't fucking looking at me like this.
Who the fuck is the Fat Controller too, by the way?
The Fat Controller runs the railway. His real name is Sir Topham Hatt.
Sir Topham Hatt.
Yeah.
Why is he called a Fat Controller?
He's a fat cunt and he controls the trains.
Is that
That's the
in
thing.
the PC world we live in right now? Is he allowed to be called that?
No, in the newer series they do just call him Sir Topham Hatt, which means everybody started crying they changed him from the Fat Controller to Topham Hatt, but he was always called Topham Hatt.
Okay. All right. So fair enough.
Is that fair enough? Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing about the collection, Tom, before you lose all respect for me, right? I started buying up left and right, and because you're buying multiples, you
Yes.
find yourself buying the same train over and over again. You might find yourself buying 10 trains, but you only want 6 of them.
Okay.
But the fuckers on Done Deal won't split up there.
Oh, you take them all or fuck off.
Take them all or fuck off. And I'll be
Right.
like, well, the kid wants this and this, so I guess I have to buy all these. So I've got drawer loads of doubles and duplicates. It's like panini stickers, you know what I mean? And I've often said well, I'm going to sell them on. I'll stick them back on Done Deal and make the money back. I'm never going to sell them.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
But the worst thing of it all was, One day I bought a batch of stuff from a fella, and it was like €70, which is way more than you should regularly spend, right? But this guy had he had more than he knew what he was selling. You know, it was like one of these ones where he was just clearing out an attic.
He just had a honey hole.
He had a honey hole of shit, right? And he gave me this bangy load of stuff. Some of it was fit for the bin, right? Other bits of it was like...
What, did you meet somewhere in a car park?
I just pulled up and I said, how are you keeping there, 70 quid? And he gave me like fucking 4 little bags full of trains. And he goes, there you go. And he was a Polish chap, right? And he was telling me that some of them weren't available in Ireland because he'd bought them for his kid when they lived in Poland, and they brought them over to Ireland and built the collection. And blah,
Wow,
blah, blah.
you just hit the mother load. You got a Polish fucking version.
Tom, I'm not...
How excited were you, Gerry?
You know what? I didn't really know what I had at the time. But like later when I look back, and I nearly threw some of them in the bin because they were old and the paint was worn on them, and I was like, well, the kid doesn't want these, and they're not Trackmaster, and they're not taking. They're not. They didn't fit any system, and I was going to fuck them in the bin. But it turns out like they're legit, old school, never released in Ireland. Probably got fucking lead paint on them.
Yes, I was just about to say it. You know, don't let him lick the fucking thing, like.
These really odd collection of trains. So my kid, when I buy trains, he gets the Trackmaster ones that he doesn't have so far, and he's building up his collection. Right. And like, you know, whatever he's a good boy, he gets a train. Okay?
He's
like
building up his collection. Sure, yeah.
He gets
vicarious.
He gets fucking more toys of a fucking Wednesday that I used to get on Christmas morning. Right? So he has his collection. Those are his, right? And it breaks my heart every now and then to see him smacking them around the place, and I'm like,
oh my god,
kid. Don't go a little handy on Oliver there, okay? He was hard to find.
Have you let him have any of the Tomasinoff?
No, Tom.
That
is my collection.
The tank inch.
That's my collection.
Is that your collection?
That's my collection, and I have been on eBay looking
from behind the fucking Iron Curtain.
I've been looking to complete that collection to a certain degree. You're never going to complete a collection because like 200 trains, right?
What?
How
many characters is in the fucking cartoon?
Honestly, 200 to 300.
Oh really?
Oh really? Yes, indeed.
So there isn't just like 6 fucking trains living at the train station.
Living at the train station is what's known as the really useful crew. And that would be the classic ones. That's Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby.
Wow. Male heavy by the sounds of things.
And maybe Diesel, the bad guy.
So this is all...
That's your classic, really useful crew.
But it's just male heavy.
Well, after that you can throw
misogynistic.
in... No, later on they added Emily and Rosie into that mix, and Marion and...
Are they any good?
You know what? Yeah, my kid likes Emily and Rosie. I don't really care for them all that much. So I've got my little collection, and I'm scouring eBay looking for them, and I'm mailing lads saying, "Can you give me the number off the bottom of that train? It'll see if it matches
every
this
time
set."
I see a train now of any sort, I'm just going to take a picture of it and tag
and
it.
send them. Yeah. Please do. And I'll tell you, if anybody is listening to this and they have a ball of Thomas stuff that they want to sell, contact me at Gerry McBride on Twitter. I'll fucking take your trains in.
Yeah, he's got a problem by the sounds of things.
I don't really care.
I
really like it.
I appreciate you have a good reason for having it and all the rest of it.
But, no, I had a good reason for starting.
Yeah.
Now
you've got a problem.
I'm collecting trains.
Now you've got a problem. Good on
and
you,
as you say yourself, not even collecting like scale extra trains or Hornbys or anything like this. No, I'm collecting trains for 6
But there must be because I mean have you seen any of these YouTube videos of in the recent months I got introduced to these lunatics. Well, I say lunatics, but I'm just talking to you. These lads who are crazy about My Little Pony.
I am familiar with the phenomenon. Yes,
it's
not quite to that level. But with that being said, I do watch YouTube videos of people that just have collections of trains and showing serial numbers on the bottom of them. And
do
all
you?
that. Yeah. I find it very relaxing. And how to clean them and how to clean the fucking... how to clean the hair out of the cogs and shit like that, you know. Because kids will be playing with them on the carpet and they gather all this out of shite down through the years. I'll tell you what I've done, Tom.
De-shiting your fucking
the trains. I'll tell you what I've done better again. I've bought, say, 2 trains for the kid, like, say, 2 Nevilles.
Neville is a train?
Neville's a train, yeah.
Okay.
Neville is actually one of my child's favourite trains.
Okay.
Absolutely. I bought him a Neville that didn't really work and another Neville that didn't really work in a different way, and like I unscrewed them and I put them back together to make.
So you bought one as a parts car.
Yes.
And wow.
Yeah.
So now you're actually modifying your...
I'm modifying and enhancing the trains.
Was there anything you missed during your teenage years, maybe, that this is fulfilling right now?
Several fucking things, Sam. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Lose whatever dignity I've left.
No, that's gone. That's gone.
That's gone.
That's well gone.
But seriously, send me your trains.
No, seriously. Anybody listening to this, if you know of trains, get on to Gerry. I want you to absolutely inundate him with trains to the point.
I will give you a good price for your trains.
We need an intervention here where we overdose him on trains.
If there's Polish writing underneath those trains, please contact me immediately.
All right, we'll move on.
We'll move on. It's funny to say, Tom, that last segment would have probably been more at home as our final segment, under the heading of our final segment.
Yeah.
You know, seeing as it does talk of childish things.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, totally would, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Except I couldn't have been saying how much I liked it as a grown-ass man.
We'll power on anyway.
We'll power on anyway into segment number 3, which Tom is going to feel.
It's our new one, yeah. It's our new one. It's When We Were Gossans.
When we were gossans. Because amazingly, Tom, we did just not arrive fully formed as we so sit before you.
Yeah,
today.
it's to surprise some people because they just think we're out lads anyway, as it is like. But yeah, no, we were young one time.
We didn't do like a Benjamin Button sort of a thing.
No, we didn't. We were young one time, and I think the last one I was talking about was the madness of kind of. I think a lot of it is people won't hardly even believe some of the shit that went on. Like,
but I mean, it's a different time, Tom.
It was a different time. The 80s, youngsters in the heart of the countryside, weird shit went down.
Oh shit, man! Like what you got for me?
It wasn't weird. We kind of brushed on it before, but it was only just it was a discussion I brought up on stage the other night, and it's something I've been trying to write about, and I don't think I'll be able to make it relatable almost in any way, shape, or form, because of the oddity of it. Unless I'm talking to people of an older vintage than me, because this is how old school. Remember, we talked about school and all the rest of it. But did you get beaten in school?
I had the threat of a beating hanging over me at all times.
Right. But the teachers never opened up the can of whoop-ass, no?
Never opened up a can of whoop-ass, and as the teacher that we had, it was in the time where it was transitioning from corporal punishment to not corporal punishment.
Yeah.
But that didn't mean to say that all the sticks had been put away.
Yes.
They were still in the school.
We hadn't transitioned at fucking all.
And you're slightly younger than me, Tom.
Yeah,
so they really fucked you over.
1985, I would have been 4 going into school, and...
Okay, well, I was at school. I was at school a year ahead of you at that stage.
Day 1, straight out with the bamboo stick.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
For what? What was the?
I was acting a dick. She was talking about fucking birds out in the trees, and of course you're talking to kind of wild fucking 4 and 5 year olds. She was talking about this is a finch and that's a blue tit and and of course the word tit comes up. You're 4 or 5 years of age. You're a bold bastard anyway. I start jumping around the place with my hands underneath my jumper. Next thing I know, I walk.
Sorry, I just wanted to get that.
Yeah,
I had to get that visual in my head. What age were you? You're like 5.
Probably 4.
Were you making like finger ditties?
Yeah, finger ditties underneath my jumper. And I walked headlong. I was a performer at the time. Walked headlong straight into a dig. What, she had the biggest fucking engagement ring you've ever fucking seen.
And smack.
Mrs. Barry, she smacked me right in the fucking forehead with it. Up to the top of the class. And I couldn't fathom it. I was like, but this is just good crack.
This is what the hell's going on? This is your first day at school?
First or second day at school, yeah, I remember it. And it was weird because the thing was, I didn't fear it too much because like, you're always going to get a crack with a wooden spoon at home and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, but you know what I mean? It was, nobody went to fucking town on you. You
right,
know?
you didn't get like fucking whipping.
Fuck me. She had an abundance of bamboo. And you know, remember those little green canes
The fucking Sally rods, yeah.
She had those as well because you see, her husband owned a nursery. So she had any amount of these fucking
Well, I gotta tell you, Tom, our teacher had a Sally rod and she had no interest in gardening whatsoever.
Really? Well, see, she needed it because we kept on breaking them. Every time she turned her back, we keep on breaking the fucking things.
But the fucking things seemed indestructible. The Sally rod that our teacher had, a Sally rod, for those unfamiliar with it, would be the kind of thing that you'd stick in the ground to let a plant grow up beside it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if you had roses that would like fall over in the wind and such like, you'd put a Sally rod in the ground and
use a bit of gut and tie it onto it on the side,
and so on.
But yeah.
But their primary function in the 80s was to whip kids with.
Yeah. And you could hear the fucking thing coming too.
It'd be like, whoosh.
Yeah. And then it lands. But it was all the way through. So we had that old wagon till I suppose communion. I was 7.
Okay.
That
would tally 3 teachers to the school?
Yeah. Yeah. So we had her till the communion, and she was just a vicious old tyrant. And because my folks didn't hang out with her down the bar on a Sunday night playing 45, I would have been destined to get a good old fucking ass whipping. Like,
well, we had our teacher. She never. I don't think she ever landed unless she was really seriously thick, because she, it's like one of these fucking. Grifts, these mafia con jobs where they know not to leave a bruise on you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, just don't leave nothing leave nothing that you could be like brought against you in a court of law.
Yeah.
And photographic evidence.
Well, it didn't seem to. Nobody would have brought it up around where we were. It was just known that you were going to get a fucking whipping.
Well,
she went to, like, in fairness, she went to town. It got a little easier as you grow. Now, I remember one day, all right, I didn't ever mind the sticks and stuff like that. It never bothered me too much. But do you remember the old roll books, the big long ones? Those fucking huge books. She hit me on the side of the head with that one time.
Fucking hell.
Fuck me, that turned me upside down. That one fucking really rang my bell. Now I can actually remember that one going, fuck. I think I probably might have been concussed from it, actually.
I'll tell you, Tom, what we got at school, right? And like, sometimes you'd be thinking to yourself, do you know what? Hit me one time and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But our lady would be more inclined to just psychologically torture you for a good 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, that would probably have bothered me more. See, I could take the beating.
You could take a whipping and rub your arse and it'd be sore and then it's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, she would go to town on you. And I'll never forget, I don't know if I've told you this before, I don't know if I've said it on a podcast before. What she'd do would be, she'd get down eye level with you. Say if whatever minor transgression you had done, like, you forgot to do your homework or...
What age was it, this one?
Old. Constantly old.
Yeah.
Oh, like passed away very recently, but somehow was 90 when I was a child.
Yeah.
It's like, they just seem to be old. I'll never fucking forget it. And she used to do it regularly. I've never heard anybody say this before or since, right?
Yeah.
She'd get down and she'd catch you by the collar. She'd catch a scruff you like this, right? Like proper rough, like, and like lift you up like this, like fucking like Arnold holding a lad with his feet dangling off the ground, right? And she'd take her other hand, which, as she had that much in common with your lady, big engagement ring, big, like, gnarly knuckles, and she would hold her fist up to your face.
Fuck.
And she would say these words. She would motion towards her fist. She would motion towards you. She'd motion towards her fist and she'd say, "Do you smell dead men off that?"
Oh my God. What do you think about it, like?
Do you smell dead men off that?
Like, I've been murdering all morning.
Like, I've been killing since I got up.
Imagine she's just standing there like something at a platoon with an ear, a fucking necklace full of fucking ears, like. You smell the dead men off that.
Holding up a bayonet and going, "Can you smell the dead men on that?" Right? And, like, we were only small. And Tom, more, like, she'd be doing it in such a threatening manner that it'd be like, okay, whatever, just don't hit me, what I mean? She'd be like, "Do you smell dead men at that?" And Tom, I smelled it. I smelled the fist. Every time I would take a sniff of the fist. I would sniff this woman's fist. And I would say, yes, I guess. As far, like, up until I was like 9, I considered dead men to smell like, 20 Carls and chalk.
We had our principal of the school by the time we got to 6th year. Now, I only had him for 1 year because his health wasn't the best. He was fond of a drink. Jimmy.
Isn't there many lads like that had walk?
But he had the hairiest hands I've ever. And he used to do something similar to that. It was along the lines of, "Do you fucking see that, Mahony?" And he'd put it right under your chin. Now, he, once in a blue moon, when he fucking lost it, he had a psycho voice, like. But he was a decent teacher. But when he did fucking lose it and you were acting the shit, he did. I think I told you about this. He did lentevalcatine.
Oh, what's that? Is that the hydro?
Yeah, with the fucking... Basically, this is the water pipe that you'd see coming out. Like, when people are bringing in your water main pipe that comes off the main's water, this is what comes underneath your sink.
It's they call it half-inch, but it's really 3/4, right?
It is, actually, yeah. And it wouldn't even be half-inch on the inside. Like,
no.
But and he had the brass nut left on the end of it as well.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
They give you a whack of that?
Give you a whack. You know you got hit when Jimmy hits you.
Christ of almighty.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight,
you could feel that one in the bone, like.
I tell you, Tom, in hindsight, like, all it would have took at the time was someone to believe you.
Yeah.
Someone to believe that you weren't being an absolute little pup altogether.
Yeah.
But even at that, even if you were being a
How
pup,
much of a prick can you be, like, you know what I mean?
even if you were being like the prick of ages, it was against the law for them to hit you.
Yeah.
They could have fucking changed that name of that school to St. Tom O'Mahony's.
Yeah.
Skull Tom O'Mahony.
And then in the middle bit, then it was funny because my friend's mother was a teacher, but because she wouldn't hit anybody but us, me and my buddy.
I got you.
Because she felt, well, I've got a motherly duty here because she got on with my mother. Now, she didn't ever open the can of whoop-ass on us.
But it has to be said, the other two teachers in the school with us never laid a finger on us. Never threatened to lay a finger on us.
Right.
The other one made up for it, though.
It was a fucking straight. But it was like, it was the other night I was saying it on stage. It was like, anybody, you know, I just threw it out there because it's something I hadn't talked about. And
Anybody
I just said,
get a weapon at school?
Nobody. It was like I just asked if anybody had been to the fucking moon.
Yeah, like, you know...
And there was people older than me there. They were just going, no, you fucking well. What kind of fucking hillbilly back fucking woods are you from?
Because I remember listening to stories from my dad, like, you know, and my dad didn't go to, like, a Christian Brothers school or anything like that, by no means. He just went to a local school. But he got the shit kicked out of him, like, uphill and down dale. And he would always tell these stories. And, like, he'd tell them in a funny way, but, like, you know, you'd be sort of laughing along. It was sort of like a Roald Dahl book, you know what I mean? Like, this comically, grotesquely terrible person beating the shit out of these kids.
I actually want to hear if anybody listen to this, if you know, I want to hear stories because not song for a raggy boy. No. But I just want to know if you got a clipping and to what level of a clipping you got in school, and like it hasn't affected me in any way. There's no fucking two ways about it. I genuinely don't think it has. I think I was as rough as fuck anyway as a child. Like I don't think it made any dent in me. If anything, I love the fucking showmanship. I've been up in front of the class, taking one for the fucking team.
I hated it. Probably because I didn't get the head. I got just like the fucking...
Yeah, you got all the psycho stuff.
I got the bullying aspect of it. Like, I'm gonna bully you little child. I'm a fucking...
You never knew how hard she was going to hit either. So you never knew the potential. I knew how hard she could hit, and she hit like an old fucking woman. Now, Jimmy, all right. He only lit me up twice, 3 times maybe most, and I don't know what I was doing to fucking deserve it, but I think I deserved it.
Yeah, but at the time, Tom, the most you would have done to deserve it is kick a ball out into a field and go out and get it.
Yeah, I busted a window one time with a ball.
Yeah. Well, then you fucking earned it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can feel that one in the bones. Like, that one, he fucking connected with that one. Right on the brass nut, too. Like, I won't tell you what the name of the thing was.
What do you call it?
No, I'm not telling you. I can't say it on the podcast because it was as inappropriate as the beating that they were giving us with it.
Yeah, do you know what? I can imagine it.
And of course, we didn't know that it was a wrong word to use for that thing.
I got you. Yeah, miles ahead of you, pal.
Yes, but you know, it was. Yeah, we should have given it a name.
There was nothing right about it.
No, there was nothing right. But maybe it was, I don't know, maybe a poetic in one way that what we were saying was wrong and the whole situation was wrong. I don't know, but it was just. But that's the thing. It didn't really affect me. In fact, it's kind of nearly like a badge of honor because it's like, Jesus Christ, was it that much of a fucking wilderness that you could get away with this kind of fucking carry on? I'm just interested to see if anybody else got a clipping in school from teachers.
The 80s, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't all Huey Lewis in the news. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, we'll stick an old fork in it, Gerry.
We'll go with that. We'll tip on as we look out over the grimness of Blackrock Harbour. And we'll leave it there.
Fill it into fuck. That's the phrase for fill in that fucking sea.
Fill in that fucking sea, hey. Pave it all the way over
there. Pave the fucking thing. Throw up a couple of trees up the middle of it, it'd be grand.
In the meantime, between now and then, Tom, folks, where can they get us, Tom?
Get us obviously at the Tom and Jerry Show.
At Tom and Jerry Show on Twitter, or you can get me at Gerry McBride, or yourself, Tom.
At Tom_Mahony. Keep an eye out for coming to a place near you. Yeah. Most likely a train station.
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Telling you.
So if you do see 2 fucking odd-looking mid-30-year-olds talking shite just into the sky outside your local train station,
pass no remarks.
Say nothing. Just keep the head down and keep walking, and you'll hear it later on.
Go on. We'll talk to you.
Good luck.
Good luck.